The top court of the U.S. has allowed President Donald Trump to enforce his policy of banning certain transgender people from the military. The judges voted in favor of the ban with a narrow margin of 5.4. In fact, the policy prohibits transgender persons who require or have undergone gender transition from serving in the U.S. Army. The Supreme Court's ruling is not a mandate, and cases against the ban are pending in the lower courts of the country. But it has certainly opened up the option for the military to enforce the ban. The policy to allow transgender individuals into the military was introduced by the Obama administration. Thousands of Central American migrants resumed their trek to reach the United States through Mexico. The group of migrants, mainly from El Salvador, Guatemala and Nicaragua, walked and took lifts from passing from vehicles as it sought to make their way to the next overnight stop in the town of Santo Domingo in Southern California. In fact, the southern Mexico, the migrants have continued their journey even as U.S. President Donald Trump has repeatedly vowed to stop the caravan through military force. The U.S. president has also said that the caravan was full of thugs and drug traffickers. A Hamas militant has been killed in an Israeli strike on the Gaza Strip. The Israeli army described the move as a retaliation to the wounding of a soldier and a brief incursion during a violent Palestinian border protest. Palestinian medics in Gaza said another two Hamas militants were hurt in the Israeli shelling of a lookout post near the fortified frontier in the enclave ruled by the Islamist group. The efforts to find a 2-year-old boy who fell into a narrow, deep borehole in southern Spain more than 10 days ago has hit a major setback. Rescuers have said that they would have to widen a parallel shaft before they could dig a horizontal passage to reach the toddler. Authorities have said it was impossible to estimate how long the rescue mission would take. The boy fell down the borehole shaft as his family walked through a private estate in the area. Taxi drivers in the Spanish capital of Madrid continued their indefinite strike as they urged the government to put stricter regulations on ride-hailing apps. The drivers blocked highways and staged a go-slow in one of Madrid's main boulevards. Meanwhile, the regional government, which has been holding meetings with representatives of taxi associations, failed to convince them to end the protests. Thousands of women took to the streets of the Ecuadorian capital of Quito to protest against the killing of a pregnant woman. The woman, which her boyfriend, in fact, had said that she was killed. Her boyfriend had killed the woman. Demonstrators also called for abortion rights as the country's National Assembly continued to debate legalizing abortion in instances of rape. But this is also one of the first instances of crime which involves a Venezuelan migrant.
Han introducido el código orgánico. Me rehúso a pensar que matar a este ser inocente.
Four police officers went on a trial in the Kenyan city of Mombasa on charges of killing the son of a British aristocrat in police custody in the year 2012. The victim, Alexander Monson, was found dead in his cell after being arrested for allegedly smoking cannabis. The 28-year-old was the son of a British baron from Lincolnshire. Monson's post-mortem report said that he died of a lethal head injury. The police officers have denied the charges. Mercury dipped as the Belgian capital of Brussels experienced the season's first snowfall. Authorities have issued a cold alert, even as residents enjoy the weather. People have been advised to stay at home due to a fear of the cold wave. The Palace of Versailles turned into a winter wonderland as snow covered the historic building. Visitors thronged the palace's grounds to experience the season's first snowfall. The weather department has said that the temperature would likely fall below 0 degrees Celsius in the coming days. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be inaugurating the SUBHASH BOSE Museum at Red Fort to mark the leader's 122nd birthday anniversary. The museum on Bose and the Indian National Army showcases various artifacts related to SUBHASH Bose and the INA. The artifacts include a wooden chair, sword, medals and uniforms belonging to Bose. Congress President Rahul Gandhi and UPA Chairperson Sonia Gandhi are likely to visit their respective parliamentary constituencies of Amethi and Rai Bareli in Uttar Pradesh on Tuesday and Wednesday. During his two-day visit, the Congress chief is expected to take part in several party programs and a meeting of the District Vigilance and Monitoring Committee. Britain's Duchess of Cambridge, Kate Middleton, launched a national helpline to support parents and people during a visit to a family charity in London. The Duchess met the social workers, families and volunteers during her visit to charities based in Lewisham in the British capital. A Taiwanese artist has carved a tiny sculpture representing the well-known fable of the three little pigs to welcome in the year of the pig in the lunar calendar. The tiny sculptures have been placed on a grain of rice and each measure just 1 millimeter along their longest edge. The artist, who has been carving miniature sculptures of Chinese zodiac animals for more than 20 years, says that these pigs are meant to remind children to do everything they do with care. In more off-field news, a Portuguese football star Cristiano Ronaldo has accepted the Madrid court's verdict to pay a fine of 18.8 million euros in fine over tax evasion charges. The deal that was agreed in earlier includes a 23-month jail sentence, but Spanish law allows for a first-time offender under 2 years to not serve time. Ronaldo is not the only player to come under the scrutiny of Spanish tax authorities. His former teammates at Real Madrid, Luka Modric and Marcelo, as well as Barcelona star Lionel Messi, have paid heavy fines for tax evasion.